Hi, my name is Miss Brockway and I would just like to show you Mathletics and a few of its main features and how it can help with practice of maths and numeracy at home. So every first, second and third year at Boclair Academy has a Mathletics username and password, and they can get this from me or from their maths teacher if they're unsure what they are. And to log on to the website, they just go to mathletics.com, put in their username and password, and they'll get a screen that looks a bit like this. So they can customise their screens, they might look slightly different to mine. The settings icon up the top, they can change the background. If they don't want flowers, there's a few other things that they can pick. They can change their avatar, and once they start building up points with Mathletics, they can customise their avatar and put different clothes on it and different hair and that kind of thing. So I just want to talk through the main things that Mathletics allows you to do and ways that can help you practice. The main part, and the part that the teachers will probably refer you to, is the section that's automatically on here, which is Learn. So here there are activities on all the topics that are covered in first, second and third year maths. And the pupils can either pick topics that line up with what they do in class, and their teachers might be sending them homework through these topics. Or they can go to another area that they feel like they need to practice on. Once they have completed activities, it will show up on the right hand side here. So I have completed 2 activities on number, addition and subtraction, and I've completed 4 activities on fractions. One of them I didn't do very well in, so every activity is out of 10, and if you get 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4 out of 10, it goes red. If you get 5, 6 or 7 out of 10, it goes amber, and if you get 8, 9 or 10 out of 10 it goes green. So it gives you a kind of overview of which topics have been answered well and which topics might need a bit more work. So if I was logging on to Mathletics and seeing this, I might think to myself, right, I need to do a bit of practice with fractions because I got red on one of those activities and I really want to get them up to green. So when you click within the topics, if I go into fractions, you see that it gets broken down into kind of subtopics. And you can see that ordering fractions is the one that I didn't do particularly well in. Did okay in simplifying fractions and improper to mixed fractions, but I'm pretty good at fractions of an amount. So there's also a lot of other areas that I can practice too. But if I wanted to improve on this score, I can click on it again, and I can keep doing this as many times as I want till I try and get that up to this green score, to that green colour, sorry. So I've already started this one actually, so I've got 2 wrong already. So I'm trying to put these fractions into ascending order. So if I have a wee go at this, right, let's say I don't know which one's going to be bigger here. So I'll say 5/6, and I'll say 3/5, and then click submit. Okay, so I got that wrong with the 3/5 and the 5/6, and that may be quite common. Half's kind of easier to visualise, but the difference between 5/6 and 3/5 might be a bit less clear. So if this is the case, what most activities have on them is a wee eye up the top right hand side, and if you click on that, it's got either worded explanations or a video that'll help you come up with a strategy for answering this. So this video suggests putting the fractions into a form where they've got a common denominator, so putting them all into 12ths, and that's making it a bit easier to see which order they should go in. It's got a fraction method. There is another method as well that goes on to show, so maybe after watching the video I might feel more confident with doing the next one. So we can go on to question 4, put them into ascending order again, so we'll go for a third, we'll go for 3/5 and 3/4. So I might have put these into, change the form but give them a common denominator, so I'll say you could be using your jotters or pencil and paper to do that as well, and I got it right, so that's good. And as I said, you can work through that as often as you want, and you can leave an activity halfway through just by pressing the cross at the top, and when I go back into that activity it'll take me to the same question. Okay, so there are a couple other things on this page as well that I'd like to show. My progress is just given a kind of pie chart to show how many of the activities I've tried and given an idea of how many I got green, amber and red. Daily points, so you get 10 points for each correct question that you answer in your activities, and you get 1 correct point, so I should have got some points from that and it's just not updated yet, and 1 point for each correct question on live Mathletics. Okay, If we go to workbooks down the right hand side, sorry, I've lost where it was for a second there. This is quite a new feature of Mathletics, so if you used it before you might not be familiar with it. It is kind of set up for an English system up the top, but let's say we were looking to look for kind of grade 7 and above. So if I just highlight those ones just now, let's just go for 7, 8 and 9 and press go. Then it's got topics that should look familiar. We've got algebra, angles, area and volume. And if you click on these, it's got just more practice, and it's got downloadable documents if you prefer doing kind of paper questions instead of using the computer. So there are questions and solutions to each one. So if I just show you what these look like, you can download the ebook. Okay, so this is on algebra, and this is just kind of showing you all the things it covers. And it's just asking questions, so it's quite a full document, asking questions on lots of different areas of algebra. And once you've had a go at those, you can go to the solutions document and download the ebook. It does have a topic test. There aren't answers anywhere for this topic test, as far as I can see, but what it does have is answers to the last ebook that we just saw, so that's going to be down the bottom here. They are quite small. You can zoom in the screen if it's difficult to read, but they are answers to all the questions in the previous book and to this one here. So that may be useful if you're looking for a kind of paper copy of something instead of just using the internet all the time. So that will give practice with, like I said, all the different topics that they cover in first, second, third year, and have some paper copies if wanted, and there should be videos and notes to help if needed. If we go back up the top then, so we've got learn. Another section that people quite like to do is the play section. I'll show you how that works. So this is really about practicing kind of quick mental maths. There are two different games to play. There's the multiverse, which is quite a new game, but the most popular one is live Mathletics. And live Mathletics actually lets you compete with pupils across the whole world. They have Mathletics in lots and lots of different countries in the world. There's 9,587 people online on Mathletics just now. There are currently no other pupils online from Boclair Academy for me to compete with. Nobody else within my school. I can play against a computer if I want to, but I think it's a bit more exciting to compete against other people in the world. The level 1 is obviously the most basic. Level 10 actually includes some things that don't get covered until higher maths. Level 9 has got some pretty advanced algebra and things in them. I'd say we're probably looking to level 2, 3, 4, but I'll actually give a wee star as a suggestion of what level you should be working at, and it bases that on how well you've performed through the activities. So based on my activities, I had a couple at green, one at red, a couple at amber. It's suggesting I go for level 2. So let's go for level 2. Okay, and I want to do World Challenge. Sometimes takes a wee while. Now it depends what time you log on as well, actually, what countries you tend to get matched with, depending on who's at school at that time or who might be doing their homework. So there's me from Boclair Academy. I'm playing against Mark from Mount St Michael's Primary and Willa D from Rumura School. Okay, so it's coming up with questions at the top. 1 plus 5, so I'll answer that as quick as I can. It's 6, 2 plus 7 is 9, 17 take away 16. This is when your keyboard skills come in handy as well as your maths. Okay, if you get questions wrong on this, if you're going a bit too fast, so 18 take away 5, that's 12. Oh, made a mistake. 7 plus 5 is 11. Made another mistake. If I make 3 mistakes, then I'm put out of the game. Okay, but they do get a bit more complex, like I said. If I show you, I'm not going to do this one under pressure, but just to show you a couple of the questions. They work our way up to level 5. Okay, so it's still just a number one actually just now, but sometimes it does bring in different areas. Okay, so converting 20 centimetres into metres, so it might take a bit of thought. I was going to say they're very fast, but there's computers I'm playing against just now. So nobody else has chosen to compete at level 5, that's why it's just pairing me with computers. But it covers different topics, the further up you go as well. So we've got time, units of length, you've just seen algebra, how many minutes in 10 hours. Okay, so you can get the idea of that, and again, same as always, get 3 wrong answers, I get kicked out. Okay. And if you want to go back from live Mathletics, just click that wee arrow back the way. Okay, oh sorry, that's put me back to my own page. If I just go back to the pupil view for a wee second. Okay, so just do a wee recap there. I think I've shown you the main features that I'd like you to be aware of. That's this main page which has activities on every topic that's covered in first, second and third year. The colours showing how well the activities were completed in terms of marks out of 10, and the numbers showing how many attempts those activities have been made. Down the right hand side you have a section called Workbooks, which has downloadable questions and answers on all the different topics. You're really looking for grade 7 and above in that section, and up the top as well there's Play, which lets you compete against pupils either in the school or across the whole world in live Mathletics, just to try and increase the speed of those calculations. Okay, and if there's any questions on any of this, I can be found in the ARC a lot, and pupils can come in and ask me if they need help with logging in. Okay, I hope you find this website, this video useful, and I hope you find this website useful in practicing maths and numeracy. Thank you for listening.